Hello. This is still me, Lena's Secrets. And today, I have just a question. How often you speak to the champions? I speak every day. And with me today, I have a champion, United States. And I tell you, Jason Hinkin! And he's pole vault champion of NCAA, okay?
A long time ago.
Yeah, but Jason.
1997, NC2A champion,
Listen,
Division 1.
One champion, it's forever champion.
That's right.
Okay?
They can't take it away
so,
from me.
it's not about time. It's like you did it, you're amazing, yay. And I am in his house and his amazing wife, Melissa. Maybe you'll see my previous video with her. And he is the star. So, her husband.
She's the star.
She's star too. Yes.
I'm second place here.
So you're American and she's a French champion, okay? But still they're all family champions, okay? He's also father of 2 kids, amazing, cute. And what do you think? They will be champions too? Do you feel like they will follow your...
I will not push them. I will encourage them and I'll support them, but I don't want them to follow my dream. I want them to follow their dream.
Actually, about dream. Actually, why you start to do this kind of sport? Like, where you learn about like run with this kind of pole? I don't stick.
Right.
What is this?
So this is a true story, and we didn't script this. So this is actually the question she's asked me, not knowing the answer. So when I was in about 7th grade.
7th grade?
7th grade. So I'm like 12, 11, 12 years old around there. 12 years old. My brother, James, was a pole vaulter at the high school I was going to go to, and he thought it was neat because in his mind, all you do is just lay out on the giant landing area, the big mat that you land on when you're up in the air, and you just go and suntan yourself. And that's what I thought it was. I thought you're a sport in high school, and all you have to do is
let's
just
do
sleep.
this.
Yeah, I take a nap as a sport, and so when I got into high school. That's what I thought it was, because I never watched him do it. Just, schools at different times and things like that.
So also, excuse me to cut you, but this is what we explained. We are in California, San Diego, and you grow up not in this area, so...
No, San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah,
is where I grew up. Silicon Valley, as people would know it.
Yeah, and it's important to say why it's important, like sports part for United States, because you have said like university,
right? So
the things, right?
So in America, I'm assuming this is an international audience.
Yeah.
In America, we have the NC2A system, which is the National Collegiate Athletic Association, which is tied into all the schools. So the schools will hand out scholarships to athletes that are the best athletes in the country in certain sports. Your basketball guys, your baseball, your swimming, your football, which is football season right now, and your track and field, all the sports across the spectrum. So in America, it's very competitive to get into college. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
So a lot of students have the opportunity to get college for free, or at least partially paid for.
Oh, for this is for.
Wow, yeah, my scholarship was free. I mean,
wow, congrats!
Yay!
Wow.
College was very inexpensive for athletes if they can get the scholarships, because one of the big things in America is they have that huge debt after they get out of college sometimes.
Yeah.
And so if you can do a sport, that'll push you in, and then you don't leave college with $150,000 in debt, which I did not want to do.
So important. Wow.
So to continue, I got it. So when I got to high school, I walked up to the pole vault coach there, and I said, I want to pole vault. And he looked at me and said, no, you shouldn't do that. You're too small.
It's okay. My channel, I don't fancy stuff. We just speak like you with us. So everything natural. I don't do any, montage.
Just hanging out in the backyard.
Yeah, we just talk.
Yeah, so I was tiny. I was...
Tiny? What do you mean tiny?
I was. I'm not going to be able to do. I'll have to do math on the metric. But I was 5 feet 100 pounds.
You mean for start this sport, you need like specifically
you gotta
like
be
tall?
Tall and fast.
Tall and fast.
Fast. It's tall.
Wow.
It's actually speed, height, and strength. That's probably the way that would go.
Wow.
So I was pretty quick, but I was short and I wasn't strong.
You're not short.
Not now.
What? Wow, you mean like in this age in high school?
I kept eating.
You grew up. Okay, good.
Yeah, so I mean, I grew 8 inches in high school and 2.5 inches in college.
Wow.
So like my first year of college, I grew that much, about 9 centimeters. But yeah, I grew a ton, and I just stuck with it. And they, by the time my junior year came around, I was like, I think I'm pretty good at this.
So it's kind of like professionals from your team, like, the coach, like, saw the talent. So it's not just about.
No, they tried to get rid of me.
Really?
Yeah. He said you're a shrimp.
Oh my God.
Tu es une crevette. And I'm like, well, I'm just gonna show up tomorrow.
Wow. So you did this by your really strong.
I just wanted to do it. Yeah, I mean, it was so fun.
You want to.
It was so fun.
You decided you want to go there.
Yeah, and it took me about a month to even clear my first bar. And my first bar is probably the height of a door. It's not that high.
Wow.
But I was just a tiny little guy. And new coach came in, and he saw the. I'm not going to say he saw the talent, but he saw the passion. He is
maybe not talented, but he's like, ha!
I'm doing it. I'm showing up every day.
Good.
In high school sports, if you show up every day and you do your best, that's 80% of it.
Wow.
Some kids are just going to be tall. Some kids are going to be fast.
Because kids now are so lazy. Lazy.
All of
so
you.
that's why, to be a champion, just you need to. I want it. You go there. And you're a champion.
You got to show up. I mean, you got to show up and give yourself the opportunity to succeed. And if you're, not showing up, you're screwing around, you're faking injuries, or you're like, I have to study. They never study, by the way.
Got it. But can you remember, the first competition? After you just start, you was new in it, you try your best, and where is first one, and you did great result, and you say wow!
I know exactly what it was. It was at my high school, St. Francis High School, in 1990. It was the first competition of the year, and it was the first time I made a bar. I never.
Oh my God! It's so stressful.
I missed every single attempt for a month of practicing, and then you're in your little uniform. You're doing
you were scared.
I'm tired. I'm tiny.
You feel like.
Because all the other kids, there's older kids, the sophomores, seniors, the 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, and I'm this little 15-year-old, and I made the bar, and I'm like, it usually falls. It didn't fall, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
And you did it.
I did it. I my dad was in the stands, and he just was sitting there going, I can't believe he actually made something.
Wow.
I got better, by the way.
That's why.
I got better.
So there you understood, okay, all your efforts,
it's results.
It's a result,
right?
So
a big part of perseverance is there will be a result.
Absolutely.
If you finally cross that barrier, what you do, you set a new barrier.
You just go.
And so as soon as I made that first bar, I'm like, the goal is one here.
Wow.
And what I did, and sorry parents, is every time I hit a new personal best, I would carve it into my door frame in my bedroom. So I have a list of, every single personal best that I did, and I'm happy it's a long list. If it was a short list, we wouldn't have this conversation.
I know. I talked to him because he's champion now,
So even when I went off to college and I did it professionally, whenever I'd come back to my parents' house, I'd be like, let's go scratch this in the door.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's still there today.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, they need to redo my bedroom. Is what I'm getting out of this. Got wallpaper from the 70s.
And of course, I can't ask you this big victory you got. Which year? Where it was?
That was in Indianapolis, Indiana, which is kind of, this is America, California, New York, Florida. It's about there. It's about
we have too much sun right now.
Sorry, we're in San Diego in the winter, so it's sunny.
Maybe we need to move. You know what?
So
everything
it's sunny and
is
we have
live.
shorts on.
Yeah. Do you want we move a little bit?
You're
we
in
can
charge.
do that. Yeah,
You're in charge.
Yeah, so look. Because if not, you can see our faces, and this is like annoying. So let's do a little bit just right here. Yeah, look, we're still with you guys, and you are in garden of Jason Hinkin, champion. Yay! We still have a blue sky, beautiful palm trees. We have a Jew rosé. We have a drink. Wait. Okay, I love these lives, because we really like real people, not this fancy like glamours, channel. We
very little production value.
Yeah, we have like root stuff, real stuff. That's why you like my channel, people, because we're so real. Okay, let's continue the conversation.
So it was 1997 in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I was a junior in college. I went to Long Beach State University in California, and I went from this little kid at age 13, 14, and I got better and better and better and better, and I stopped looking at myself from my little league of like 10 schools, and I started looking, well, how about the state of California? This is when I'm in high school. How good am I in the state of California? And then I got to the top 5 in the state of California, like, how good am I in nationally as a high schooler? And I was 7th. Then I had no idea. I was the 7th best pole vaulter in the country.
Wow.
In a high school, in the high school system. And then I went to college, and I went right back down the list because I'm competing against men at this point.
Wow.
And I slowly climbed the same ladder I did when I was in high school. And by the time my junior year, I was the #1 pole vaulter in the country for universities, NC2A, Division I, which is the top level. And I was looking at the stats, and I was top 10 in the world. How'd that happen? It happened because of all the times I carved my personal best into my bedroom door frame, and it didn't happen overnight. It was a very slow process. I mean, I had times where I had broken legs, I had broken my hands, I'm in a cast type
but
thing.
All this injury, like when we are professional, sportive, and like high level, right? Yep. It's like injury. It's happened all the time.
It's part of the deal. And what you do when you get injured is you have to realize you need to rest. So many athletes put pressure on themselves to come back too soon. I mean, sure, your career is probably a 10-year window, but if you have to take 6 months off from that window, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's injuries happen.
So you had this passion moment. You understood it's important to recover well.
I'll give you some context. In 1996, January, I was practicing. It was a competition in LA, in Los Angeles. This was an Olympic year, and I was one of the guys that would be making the Olympic trials to try and make the Olympic team. I missed the giant mat, the pad that you're supposed to, the soft stuff.
Yeah.
And I landed
just let that
right on the ground. I went that way. My ankle went that way.
Oh no! Disgusting.
It looked great. So I kind of looked down and I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to go to the Olympic trials this year.
It's so sad. It's horrible, guys.
It's just the way it is, And I came back next year, and that's when I won the NC2A championship. That's when I went from missing the Olympic trials, which was probably the most upsetting. I'm not going to say depressing, but it was upsetting because that was the goal. I came back next year, won the national championship in Indianapolis. Shout out Indianapolis, and that was the first time anybody from my school had won that championship in 25 years, and no one's done it since. So you're 27 now.
You're 27, right?
27 years ago. When you say it like that, I start doing the math.
You was like
I was 22. I was 22.
Young, beautiful man.
Oh, yeah,
so cute.
That guy's a lot better looking than me.
So, which year, come back to your big victory? You're in Wikipedia and everywhere.
Yeah, I guess someone built a Wikipedia page. Thank you,
it is,
whoever-
but it's fake information or real
No, it's real
information?
information.
Yeah, it's good.
I got a text, I think it was, someday saying, one of my friends said, "What did you do?" I don't know.
Wow.
And they sent me the link, and I'm like, who did that? It wasn't me.
It wasn't you,
me.
but
No, it
listen,
wasn't
it's
me, but the
impressive. I think
information
that was great.
The information is
And I will
accurate.
add in this video a little bit your performance. I guess in YouTube we can find some like videos of you.
Yeah, I mean, back when I was jumping, there weren't smartphones around, so...
Now he jump in his pool.
Now I jump in the pool.
With the thing is just impressive stuff still.
It hurts. It hurts
It
a
hurts.
lot.
I saw them like, oh my god, they are crazy, those guys.
Yeah, Yeah, the pole vault is really tough on the body. So a lot of pole vaulters will have back and shoulder problems. I am no exception.
So, like, I don't know if it's right or not. So all champions, who work so hard, gave your physical, a lot of work with your body, kind of a lot of injury and everything. So how, like, you turn almost 50.
Don't
if
you
we can
talking
say
about
it.
that.
Yes, it's cute. I think it's amazing. But what I would like just to say, because people say, oh, champions, but you pay the prices, right? Because
Sure.
it's so much injury. And how you feel today, like
You know what's interesting is I have friends who didn't do sports.
did do sports,
Did
okay?
not do sports.
But how they are?
Their back doesn't hurt. They every once in a while you'll have an old injury come up and bite you, and just be like, hey, remember when you broke that ankle? And you get out of bed this morning, bam! They go, what? So I have probably every 3 or 4 months something from my past will just come in and say, hey, remember this? Yeah, that happened. And I find a lot of my friends who don't have a violent athletic career, because pole vaulting is quite a violent event. They don't have that, but it was worth it. So,
and I have another question. I know, like, your wife Melissa, also French champion of the same sport. She was
la pêche.
So la pêche. So you're teaching also and share your experience with the young athletes, right?
Sure, yeah.
And I know you like, I don't know how you invite like French athletes or something, like at your house or your environment, or you have a club. I don't know. Can you talk about that?
So about 4 miles from my house here in San Diego is what's called the Elite Athlete Training Center. It used to be called the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista. And because of the weather.
Weather is amazing. Look at this sky.
This is November.
Oh my God!
Shorts and
if you look at us from Russia or wherever countries where you're like winter already,
they're not doing this in Finland.
Yeah.
No,
Finland.
They're not doing that.
Yeah, and Europe too.
Yeah.
It's like start to raining and everything.
So the Olympic Training Center is just up the road, and because of my past success in the pole vault world, I'm kind of plugged into the pole vault world, as small as that is. And so whenever they have, like, the French national team will come and train here for a month or so.
Yes, and they didn't invite me because I would like to see
So
those
rude.
so handsome guys
So rude.
to train, and maybe take like interview with them. Next time, go invite me, please.
And yes, the guy with the crossbar.
This is a video. Yo, I know. Melissa talked to me
He
about
comes
it.
over.
It's just amazing. I think it's just like, wow.
I know, but he's such a sweet guy.
It's ridiculous,
Sweet guy.
right? How do you feel about that? Like, it's like, but it's accident, right?
Right. I mean, it just happens. I mean, sometimes
It just happened to
people
you,
get hit.
this
people
kind of
get hit-
experience.
People get hit where they get hit.
But you especially.
Luckily for him, there's slow motion cameras.
Sorry,
Anthony.
Yeah, but I hope he will have a very nice, maybe marketing stuff about his like maybe underwear for Calvin Klein.
I think he's got something like that.
I think he will be rich just for to do.
I hope so. So yeah, all the national teams that come over, we've had Chinese national teams, we've had Polish, we've had
Chinese. But okay,
Yeah.
a question. But Chinese, they are short.
Not
How
all
they
of them. Not all of them.
You mean Chinese
Yeah.
exist like tall?
Yeah, I mean, you have 1.5 billion of them.
Whoa.
Someone was tall. And they come over, we get Polish, we get Austrian, Germans, Norwegians. The Norwegians come over, and they all they're all at a training center, so they're in a dorm system, and this is where we can throw barbecues for them, and they can use the hot tub that's behind the camera and the pool.
This
and,
is so good.
And they get to relax and just be kids, normal human beings for a while, and not, there's no brands, there's no press, there's nothing like that. They can go and screw around and have fun like everybody else. So because they're people. I mean, athletes that you see on TV and all that stuff, they're just people. They're just people that do something different. Someone's a doctor. They throw the shot put. Kind of thing. So it's you choose your path, and sometimes the path chooses you. But the fact that they can do that, and they're a couple miles away, they're training all day, and this is the place to relax.
Amazing. And just last thing to share with you guys, of course, champions, who he choose, of course, another champion in the same sport, Melissa, French champion of pole, how you say?
Pole vaulter.
Pole vaulter.
Date a pole vaulter. That is my advice. That's the only thing I got in life to share with you.
And she practicing all the time. She's like crazy. She has 2 young kids, and she's in shape. She's like, woo, 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 Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, it really is. It's to maintain that for as long as she has is it's so proud of her. It's amazing to sit there and go, like, she wakes up, takes care of our kids. Way better parent than me, by the way. Just so you know, way better. Not even close. Get them ready for school. I take them to school sometimes, but then she goes out and does a full athlete workout.
Yeah.
And then she comes home, makes lunch, for the kids.
It's incredible.
It's amazing.
This is it. Discipline,
Discipline.
organize
That's it.
yourself.
It's discipline.
Absolutely.
It's discipline.
To be champion, guys, you need to be very disciplined, right?
Disciplined.
Disciplined.
Don't be afraid to fail. Because if you've never failed, you've never tried.
Yeah. It's so beautiful. So I would like to say thank you so much. Jesus. Can you believe how I'm lucky to speak with champion?
And now we eat quiche.
It's amazing. So I hope you like my video. Please don't forget to put little like and follow my channel, because this is it. I have so much amazing friends in different areas, and please follow me. Then we'll be in touch all the time.
Get outside your comfort zone.
Bye everyone.
Bye-bye.